Good morning and welcome to John Beck. This is your principal, Mr. Lin, and I hope that you had a wonderful weekend. Today is Monday, November 11th, 2024, and it is a day C. For instrumentals, it's a day 3. Now, before we kick off this wonderful day, I want to invite you, as I always do, to please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Go ahead and take a seat. I'm so happy that you guys are here in school. Once again, we are at the beginning of a brand new week, and I'm so happy that you showed up. Remember, you showing up made my day. You didn't have to do anything special, and I know that this is true about your teachers. You don't have to do anything special. You just showing up sets you off on a great footing, and it has already made their day. Now, of course, we have the rest of the day in front of us, so what I want to ask you guys to do is think about the ways we can work together. We've got over 440 some students. How do we work together? And it all boils down to 3 expectations here at the school. We already know what they are, but I'm going to go over them anyways. Number 1, be respectful. Now, today is the official Veterans Day. So if you thought last Friday was the day we were going to honor our veterans, think again. Today is the official Veterans Day. So if you haven't thanked a veteran, make sure you go ahead and do that. Now, of course, in my personal opinion, I think every day is Veterans Day. We do want to thank those who have agreed to lay down their lives potentially, even for a little bit of their time, for our safety, to protect the honor and the dignity of our country, to protect our interests, to ensure that we have the safety needed for you and I to work on making a better country, right? No one country, just like no one human, is fully perfect. We are always striving to work together to make our country better and better and better, right? The world is changing, so our country has to change with it. So how do we work together to make a better country? So it all comes down to respect. It begins with respecting those who have come before us, our veterans, for instance. Yes, even those who are older than us, who may not have been veterans, but they have set the tone to allow us to arrive to where we are today, so that we can work together for a better tomorrow. So let's talk about respect. Okay, so respect means that the world doesn't revolve around you. It doesn't revolve around me either, right? It doesn't revolve around any one person. It revolves around all of us at the right time. When it's somebody else's time to talk, we should be exercising using our ears. When it is our turn to talk, we should exercise the gift of speech. And with this gift of speech, we have to be responsible with the words that come out. We want to use respectful words. I spoke to a couple students last week about disrespectful words. We know that everything that we can control can be used in disrespectful ways, especially when nobody else is looking. You might be tempted to do it, right? Think about those bus stops. Think about being on the bus. Think about being in the cafeteria or in the hallways when your teacher isn't looking. There are moments where you can choose to be disrespectful and you might even get away with it. But what is the respectful thing to do? What is the right thing to do? How can you keep your focus on the bigger game plan? I need people on our side. I can't fight for a better world alone. Remember, the world doesn't revolve around Mr. Lin. We need to work together, and I want you to join our side. How can you work so that we can create a more respectful world? Well, it starts with being able to control what we can control, like the words that come out of our mouths. Look at your hands. Kindergartners, look at your hands. How can you make sure that these hands are used? Don't just put them away. How can they be used actively for good, for sharing, for picking up the trash? How can we use our feet in respectful ways? It may just be walking in the hallways as opposed to running, but how can we use the things that we can control in respectful ways? Number 2, show that you are responsible. Show that you're responsible with your hands, like we were talking about, with your feet, with the words that come out of your mouth, but also with your word. Now, I know I just talked about words that come out of our mouths. No, what I mean by your word means, like, if you say you're going to do something, work at all costs to try to make it happen. right? It's something like a promise. Keep your promises. You want people to look at you and say, yeah, that person's the real deal. They want to look at you. You want to be looked at, I think, as somebody who can be trusted to do the right thing, even when nobody else is looking. And that does mean keeping your promises, if you can, right? And if you can't, you've got to own up and you've got to be honest. And in doing so, people can still respect you for your dignity. Okay, be responsible. And number three, show that you're ready to be the best version of yourselves. Each one of us, as I've shared, has these pretend wolves. Now, which one of them are going to win? You've got the one wolf that's mean and aggressive, doesn't care about anybody else but itself. And then there's the other wolf that says, you know what? I know I'm part of a larger pack, a pack of over 440 students. How can I work together with compassion? When you see somebody hurt or fallen down, how do you take care of them with that love and care? How can you be encouraging? Not everyone is having a great day. You might not be having a great day. I might not even be having a great day. Maybe I'm just pretending that I'm having a great day. How can we go around and encourage each other? Whether they look like they're having a great day or not is beside the point. How can you go up to your teachers? And how can you give them the encouragement they deserve? They're human beings too. And of course, our teachers and you and your classmates, how can you encourage each other? Again, doesn't matter if you look like you're having a good day. Sometimes we're really good at pretending. How do you help each other out and encourage each other to keep moving, that they matter, their voices matter? So let's be ready to be the best version of ourselves, even when nobody else is looking. Now, there are no special announcements today. Just know that it's a Monday and you're coming out of the weekend, and you might say, oh my gosh, we've got 5 days for this whole week to be through before the next weekend. You can either look at that with dread, or you can say, I'm going to live in the moment. Because if you just pause for a moment and breathe, I was just doing this breathing exercise with some kindergartners last week. Look around. There are a lot of blessings around you. Did you notice them? If you haven't, look harder. Breathe harder and notice that that breath you took just kept you alive. There are blessings around you. It could feel like we're about to embark on a long week, one step at a time. And notice that you're not abandoned. There's a lot of good things happening. Maybe you just haven't realized it. Maybe you haven't noticed it. Maybe you haven't noticed the friend who's thinking about you, or the teacher who worked really hard over the weekend to plan the lessons for the week. Even if they're lessons that you may not love, they work hard for you because they believe in you. I believe in you. Okay? That's my announcement really today. Just know that people believe in you. I want to be here to encourage you as much as I want to love and care for you, which is really the last message. I love you. I care about you. I'm here to encourage you. Go ahead and spread that message to other people. Yeah, it's Veterans Day. Go find those veterans again. Thank them. Thank them for their sacrifice. Thank them for all of their hard work. Some of the hard work that they might be paying for with sore backs, and maybe the sadness that comes with seeing things that they shouldn't have seen. How can we go about and give them that love, care, and encouragement? Go find your friends and show them the care. Be creative with the care that you could give them. And finally, show that encouragement, just as we were talking about earlier. Yeah, find the people who you don't think need to be encouraged because they're doing great. Go encourage them. And find the people that are really struggling or you think might be struggling, and just say, hey, you matter. You're part of our team. You're part of our class. We're here for you. All right. Can't wait to see you guys around. Have an awesome day. And as always, I like you just the way you are.